Well, we now know what the governor wants to see in the state's budget for the coming year. That's after the 2026 legislative session got underway with the governor's State of the State address. That was earlier today. Justin Core joining us now. You were at the State House earlier today for the address. Big question. What really stood out to you?
Yeah, one word, Hunter. Cuts. The State of the State is the annual address where the governor talks about all the cool stuff the state did last year and all the cool new programs he wants to pay for in the coming year. But this year, despite the state having a balanced budget amendment, Idaho is actually facing a deficit. So the address was mostly about what would have to be cut. Governor Brad Little is calling his budget plan for this year Enduring Idaho. He says there will be budget cuts. Most notably, it's going to make the 3% spending reductions last fall across most departments permanent. Executive agencies will also renegotiate contracts and eliminate positions that have long been vacant. The plan, among other things, also removes $275 million from the Idaho Transportation Department's Strategic Initiatives Fund, including $110 million for local highway districts. Now, the governor says that is a one-time cut. The governor also said, while he will not repeal Medicaid expansion, he is recommending a $45 million general fund reduction in Medicaid expenses, as he says, to preserve affordable health care access. Governor stressed, though, one thing that will not be cut is the public schools budget. That being said, there will be changes that look a lot like cuts. Governor wants to see some inefficiencies eliminated in virtual public school funding and eliminating $10 million in funding for the Idaho Digital Learning Academy.
Responsible leadership means acting early, not waiting for challenges to grow. That's why we took deliberate steps to right-size spending and identify efficiencies across all agencies. Looking ahead, our Enduring Idaho plan balances the budget without cutting into public schools. We're going to do it while preserving the things that matter most to our long-term well-being as a state.
Governor also says the state will conform to the federal tax cuts, so that will further reduce the money coming into the state after the record-setting state income tax cuts last year. But the governor says those cuts will support economic development, which will hopefully benefit the whole state in the long run. Hunter?
So it's fair to say maybe a new year, but different kind of message than what we've seen in the past.
Very different. I've seen a lot of states of the state, and while the governor tried to keep it pretty positive, it's going to be different because, again, unlike in any other year I can remember, there is a deficit. So there are going to need to be cuts. And then these next 3 months, it's just arguments or discussions amongst those that the state has about what is going to be cut and how much.
A time that people don't like are cuts. All right, Justin, thank you.